Good morning, everybody. My name is Lori. Today I'm going to be talking about my August budget closeout, and I'm also going to be sharing with you the breakdown of my shopping trip to Walmart that I did yesterday. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. And so let's go ahead and get started. Since August 1st, since my last video for my August budget, I've revamped the budget a little bit because even I had a hard time following it. So I just made some changes. So if you notice that, then I just changed some things to make it easier for myself. So last month when I did my August budget, my paper was a little bit confusing even to me because I'm trying to figure out how I include my savings and rollover into my budget, because sometimes I use my savings to pay for expenses during the month, right? So I'm trying to figure out how do I include the savings in with the budget, and I'm struggling with how to make that work. So anyway, I took that rollover part out. So I've redone the paperwork. So please forgive me for looking up all the time. I'm just trying to make sure you're in the screen. So my budget for August was $7,747.56, and it ended up being an actual of $8,797.56 because I got a refund for when I refinanced the car. I got a refund from Chase for the gap insurance, and I got a bonus from my employer of about $250 after taxes and everything. So for TV and internet is $82.82 is what I budgeted, and it was $82.83. It's somewhere between $82.82 and $82.84 every month. So my water bill, I planned $124, ended up being $136, and I just sent a little bit extra just to stay ahead of it. Excuse me. Runny nose. My electric bill, I planned $180, and it ended up being about $144, I think. And so I just sent a little extra for that also, just to stay ahead of it. So for natural gas, I planned $11, and that's how much it was. My cell phone bill, I planned $31.27, and that's what it was. My landscaping company, I planned $74.99, and that's what it was. And for shopping, which is basically Walmart, right? I planned $450, and I spent $454.65, and I'm actually going to talk to you about how that shopping trip went. I felt like I was coaching myself while I was at Walmart, and I just thought I'd share some of those thoughts with you. All right, so for automobile expenses, I decided to do a sinking fund for that. So I'm sending $100 a month to a Venmo card to pay for gas and automobile expenses. And so I did that. The main reason for that is, first of all, I don't like to use my debit card, and I don't want to use a credit card when I buy gas, and I don't want to actually use cash either. And so I actually spend, $75 a month or so. It's different every month for gas, but what I'm hoping to do is roll over the excess every month, and then when I need to get my oil changed, I'll basically have the money set aside for that. Okay, my HVAC services is $21.44 as usual, and so my total regular expenses budget was $1,075.52, and it ended up being $1,066.18, a difference of $9.34, which I feel like is good. All right. So for savings, for my regular savings, which is for annual expenses, I planned $198, and that's what I saved. For my vacation savings, I say vacation because the long answer is so that I'm trying to save up money to go see my mom. She just recently moved into not an assisted living place, but like senior apartments where they have people there to help. I guess that's assisted living. It kind of makes me uncomfortable to say that. So my new bank account that I opened so I could get the $450, that $450 did not come in. I called them and asked them about it, and they said it won't show up until October. But that's fine. I'm trying to save an extra debt payment in that savings account, and I planned $100, and that's how much I saved. So for my emergency fund, I planned $55, and that's what I saved. I did like a cash withdrawal, and I want to have some cash on hand, for emergencies or unexpected expenses. So I withdrew $563, and as you may recall, my main goal or plan for August was to save as much money as I could. And so for extra escrow, I planned $155, and because of the money, the unexpected income that I received, I actually saved $1,075. So that was very good. So my planned savings for the month was $1,121.59, and my actual was $2,043.34, a difference of $921.75. So I feel like that was good. So for my debt payments, so for my mortgage, I planned $2,165, and that's what I sent. For my 401k loan, which comes out of my paycheck automatically, I planned $375.92, and that's what I paid. For my car payment, I planned $403.49, and I sent $443.49. For my home improvement loan, for the first one, I planned $355.11, and I sent $387.57. For my second home improvement loan, you may recall I told you last time that if the $400 came in from opening the new account, that I would put it towards that second home improvement loan. I didn't get the $400, but I put extra money towards it anyway. So I planned $371.41, and I sent $879.41. And for my Fidelity credit card, I planned $700, and I sent $740. For my Chase credit card, I used the card in July, and I paid it in August, so it was $403.25. And I planned to send extra debt, and I put $624.37 right here, but this number is basically spread out amongst all of these over here. So my plan for the month was $5,398.55 for debt payments, and I sent $5,394.64, and the difference was $391. So for my driver's license, I planned $52. It ended up being $52.63, and I did not have any emergencies. Okay. So for my allowance, I went over budget. I planned $100, and I spent $236.87, an overage of $136.87. What I bought this month for myself was a microphone for these videos, and I bought some budgeting supplies and something else I don't remember now. I went to like a secondhand store and bought some, like a shirt and a couple of other things. And I bought some prescription eye drops for my son. That was $4. So the plan was $100, and I spent $240.87, an overage of $140.87. Okay. And here is my graphs. I'm running out of ink in my printer. I need to get some more. Well, I have replacement ink. I need to replace it in the printer. Okay, so I can't get this all on the same screen. For my regular expenses, I planned 14%, and I spent 12%. For savings, I planned 14%, and I saved 23%. My debt payments, I planned 70%, and I sent 61%. The main difference, you understand the main difference is because of the $1,050 that I got. Infrequent expenses, was 0.7%, which was for the driver's license. It ended up being 0.6%. And emergencies was 0. Extra things I planned 1% and ended up being 3%. And here's my pie chart. They look very much alike. Well, the savings over here is a little bit bigger. Alright, so except for spending too much money on myself this month, I feel like because I was able to save a lot, I'm okay. I'm okay with it, I guess. The only thing I plan to buy in September for myself is my planner for 2026. Okay, so now I want to talk about my trip to Walmart. I'm going to try to bring you in a little bit. Alright, so I've tried this in August. I tried not to go shopping too much, right? I went shopping at the beginning of the month and I went shopping at the end of the month. And so what I want to do is I'm going to try to just shop one time in September. And I feel like if I just go only one time, then I will spend less money. So that was the plan. So when I went to Walmart yesterday, I spent $281.41. And that was $233.81 on groceries, $19.94 on household expenses, $266 for vehicle, the windshield wiper fluid. For personal stuff, $17.08. A total subtotal of $273.49. Taxes, $7.92, and total $281.41. So I'll do this part first because it's smaller. So dishwasher detergent was $19.94. Windshield wiper fluid was $266, and for personal, I got toothpaste, folic acid, some friction pens, and some pain reliever. And what I wanted to tell you the story about the friction pens because I just love those erasable pens. But they don't last very long, but I still love them. And so when I ran out, used up all the pens I had, and I went to Walmart to get some more. And I was standing in the aisle, the school supplies or office supply aisle, and they had just the black pens, and then they had a little package with the blue, black, and red pen, and then they had package with several different colors like pink and green and orange and other colors like that. And I was holding on to all three of those packages, and I wanted to get them all. I really did, but I put two of them away. I just got the black, but I really want I don't know, maybe I'll use my allowance because the planner I'm planning on buying in September is not going to be $100, so maybe I'll go back and get the other pens. So for my grocery shopping, I buy fresh produce, but it doesn't last very long. It's not going to last the whole month. So I also got frozen produce, and I just wanted to do the rundown of the money that I spent. Now, and if this is something that you're really just not interested in, please tell me and I won't do this again. But I felt like I was kind of interested in it myself, as I was kind of coaching myself while I was at Walmart. And so I just thought you'd be interested in my thought process when I'm there. Now, when I go to Walmart, I typically buy the Great Value brand stuff. There are a couple things I prefer to get the name brand stuff, and I'll talk about that. So I get a bag of frozen broccoli. When I go, I usually get 2 bags of corn and 2 bags of peas. And the funny thing about the peas is that the bag is probably this big or something. It only was like a third of the way full. It was mostly air. I was really surprised by that, but it was like 92 cents a bag or something, but it was still surprising. So got fresh mushrooms and blueberries, cucumber, bell pepper, baby carrots. What I like about baby carrots is they last a little bit longer than, like, say, celery, right? Celery doesn't last very long. Some baby tomatoes, iceberg lettuce. My note what I want to say about this is that normally I get the lettuce that's it's pre-cut, it's in a box, and so this time I just bought a head of lettuce, and honestly, I'm lazy. I love salads, but I don't like making them, so that involves cutting up a head of lettuce, and I'm just gonna have to make myself do it. So then I got celery, grapes, bananas. Bananas were pretty cheap. I was surprised that actually 5 bananas only cost me $1.20. So bread, normally I get the Arnold's brand of bread, but this time I decided to, and I get 2 loaves at a time usually, but this time I decided to go with the Great Value bread, and I got 3 loaves, so it was less expensive. 3 loaves cost less than 2 loaves. And I'm gonna try to make bread this month. I'm gonna make bread this month. Will it be edible? I don't know. But on the recipe called for shortening, so I thought I would go and get a small can of shortening. And would you believe they didn't have any? They had sticks of the Crisco, maybe was the brand name. I don't remember the brand name. I think it was Crisco. They had sticks of it. And I thought about getting that, but those sticks cost nearly as much as the Great Value brand of the tub. So I looked it up, and if I put it in the refrigerator, it should last more than 3 months. So once you open it up, it's good for 3 months according to the internet. But if you put it in the fridge, it lasts a little bit longer. So I don't have any big uses for it. It's vegetable shortening. So I guess I could actually use it to cook with, but I understand that there's some question about how healthy that is, because it's solid at room temperature. That means it's not healthy for you. So I don't know what I'll do with it. When I was growing up, my mom only used shortening. We never had like oil in a bottle that you poured. We always just used shortening. I'm still alive, so if it's going to kill me, it hasn't killed me yet. But anyway, enough of that. So for peanut butter is the one thing I buy brand name. I really don't like Great Value brand of peanut butter, so I always get Jif. And I buy the 2-packs. I bought some salad dressing, and I got the Great Value brand of salad dressing. And for black beans, I actually prefer the name brand of the black beans, but they cost twice as much as the Great Value brand, so I just don't overthink it. I just get the Great Value brand of black beans. And let's see what else. I'm going too fast here. So I get 4 cans of beef barley soup, and I get the brand name for that also. But for next month, I think I'm gonna try the store brand, see if it's okay. And I get the canned roast beef, and I add the canned roast beef to the beef barley soup to make it go a little bit further. And I prefer the brand name of that too. But once again, I'm kind of forcing myself to not be scared of the store brand stuff. And so I got 4 cans of that. So another thing I like to get are the bags of frozen thighs, the frozen chicken thighs, and they're almost $10 a bag. And I love chicken legs, but I guess because it's dark meat, it's not supposedly as good for you. I know breast meat is the best, but I really don't like the breast meat. So I go half and half. I get the thigh meat. And anyway, so I got 3 bags of thigh meat and 1 bag of chicken legs, and the chicken legs were half the price as the thigh meat, if that makes sense. So that's good, because I love chicken legs. I'd rather have just gotten 4 bags of chicken legs. What's next? I also get the Hillshire Farms turkey, kielbasa, and sausage, and I usually buy 4 of those. This time I only got 2. I I tried the store brand of the turkey sausage, and it just tasted like a hot dog. It didn't taste like a sausage or a kielbasa. It was not very good. Let's see. I got Great Value powdered drink mixes. I got the Great Value K-Cups. There's 100 K-Cups in a box. I'm going to be making a birthday cake this month, and I got some Lucky Charms to decorate the birthday cake with. I got milk because I imagine the Lucky Charms will also be good for breakfast as well as decorating the cake. I got the cake mix, got some cooking spray, I got some sugar. I ran out of sugar, so I only got a small container of it, small bag of it, just to have on hand. We really don't use a lot of sugar, but when you need it, it's good to have in the house. I got some ramen noodles. Does anybody remember when ramen noodles were 10 for $1? They were 47 cents a piece. Let's see, I got some cranberries, Great Value. No, wait a minute. This time they didn't have any Great Value cranberries this time. And same with the prunes. Usually I usually get the ones prunes. They didn't have any, so I ended up getting Great Value brand. I got some Brazil nuts, some Baby Bell cheese wedges, some crackers, some sandwich cookies. Now, see, normally they're a Great Value brand, so normally I like to get some kind of a treat or a dessert. Normally I like to get like muffins or something like that, but this time I decided to not do that. I decided to get the less expensive, just little cookies. And I got the 2-pack of butter and 2 cartons of eggs. And there was 2 cartons for $7.98. So that's half of what it used to be, 1 carton for $7.98. So the price has come down a lot in eggs. All right. So that's what I spent at Walmart yesterday. I'm trying to do a good job with not spending too much money at Walmart. I will tell you this though, that many years ago I would go to Walmart and I would spend this and more every week at Walmart. So over the last couple of years I've really cut back a lot on how much money I spend there. Alright, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I want to express my gratitude to everybody who watches, and I express gratitude to my employer for paying me, and my son for contributing to household expenses. I would not be able to do any of this without everybody backing me up. Okay, so I guess that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.